Alrighty, folks. I'm Morthadon, bringing you guys My Hero Academia Episode 4, my rewatch series. So just a quick recap on the rewatch series. Sorry I do this at the start of every video, but it is basically me rewatching the show. It is not a blind reaction, just in case anybody jumps in for an individual episode. I don't want them to be confused as to what's going on. That's why I go over this each time. Um, but yeah, I'm rewatching the show to catch up to where I am, and I'm kind of discussing throughout the episode of like what goes on, kind of what I thought about it, trying to look for stuff I missed, and like getting some stuff that I didn't understand the first time watching through, and using like my future knowledge of the show to understand what's going on in the past, and it's kind of cool and fun. I'm enjoying going through it, although I'm not sure how the rewatch series is gonna go. It might be something that gets canceled later on, but I'm a completionist, so even if it does poorly, I'll probably finish My Hero Academia, and if it's not looking good, then I won't do it for any other show. I'll rewatch the show in my own time before I start doing my actual reaction to it. But yeah, so that's that. Also, by the way, guys, I am watching this in subtitles, not dubs, in case you wanted to be in the same format as me. Since this is a timer-based thing, you guys need to copy the episode yourself. Um, I'm pretty sure the duration of the video is the exact same, like syncing up and stuff, I think. Um, don't quote me on that. But so technically, you guys could watch it in dub while I'm watching in sub. So whatever your preferred method is, pretty much works. You guys don't hear back any of the audio that I hear. So yeah, really, you can watch it whichever way you want, as long as the syncing isn't an issue. Um, and yeah, I think that's about it. And we're on episode 4, so the last episode was him doing all of his training, and we're just getting into the schooling stuff now, which is I definitely love the emotional aspect of the first 3 episodes. It's fantastic, and like the symbolism of the working out, like I talked about in the last video, is wonderful. Um, but I do have to say, when it gets into some of these actiony bits that come up later on in the season, I'm a sucker for big, strong characters doing their thing. So any like OP moment Deku has, and any or Midoriya, and any like All Might moments are just amazing. But yeah, so let's get into it. Enough talking. Um, yeah, so we are gonna start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, it's a little loud. And also, my first few videos, and I caught myself doing it in the last one as well, I've been kind of loud. I'm gonna try not to do like right now. I think I'm talking in a fairly normal voice, but sometimes when stuff really goes on, I uh, I get really loud, and I hate how I'm like that. But oh, I remember when they revealed the heroes like this. Oh yeah, also for those of you, I thought he was so weird, but I actually think his power is so badass. Um, for all of you that want to try to perfectly sync, you can kind of use my glasses. You can kind of see the reflection of the show. That's what I do when I do my editing. If you see like a really bright screen, like the Funimation start is really white and then shifts into the episode, you can kind of sync it off that. You can pause until you see it go like from really bright to dark when it cuts into the episode, and that's a lot of times how I do my syncing. I do it more perfect than that, but that should get you guys pretty close. But yeah, sorry for talking so much about that. I just figured for the intro bit and the opening, I'd mention that. I've actually been considering somehow doing a subtitle bar at the bottom, but I'm not sure how, like, the best way to do that, because I don't want, like, I want as little as the episode showing as possible, and you know how there's always episode behind the subtitles, so yeah. I wonder if they offer the availability of just like downloading the subtitles as like a separate file that I can put into my video editing software. Probably not. Alright, now we're into the episode. Here we go. Yeah, and they're getting into the little like preliminary, I forget what they call it. Oh yeah. And then the 0 pointer also. Hmm. Oh, I guess, yeah. There are a bunch of battle centers. I was gonna say there's only like three, like including Midoriya. There's like four people from the class that we know gets there. Huh. It's so mean. I love that right there. There's no countdowns and no fights. Go. Like, I love it. Gotta be ready for anything. Episode 4, Start Line. Maybe I'll start putting the episode titles in my YouTube video title. I've always wondered how that actually works because All Might said you have to be like willing to give it, but I wonder how like the DNA that you ingest knows that the person who, I'm guessing it's more mystical, I guess, than that, but it just seems All Might's power just seems way more mystical than most of the other powers. Like they're all like genetic. And even though he's ingesting genes of the person with it, essentially, there's still that permission thing which I don't quite understand. It almost doesn't fit, and I wonder if they're like building, like they're like going to do more with that in like the distant future if the show goes on to be like one of those hundreds of episodes. Aoyama coming in for the save. Merci. Adieu. he's such a weird character, but he's grown on me. Everyone just going ham. Nice, nice. God, I love how they utilize like like looking back now, I can see like even these characters get a decent amount of limelight. But I like how they don't just slowly focus on like Midoriya. Like a lot of what they do is like team efforts when it comes to like when the villains come in and stuff. And I really like that they do that instead of just focusing on the main character's abilities, you know? Yep. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Here comes the 0 pointers. It's kind of funny. So right here coming up, Midoriya gets his hero points from, or like the saving points. Um, and it's very interesting because he would have been screwed. So like he always talks about his luck, but sometimes I don't agree that it's all just his luck. But in a way, in this case, he was super lucky that Uraraka was stuck there. Sorry, I'm still trying to read the subtitles. I almost wonder if he has some kind of association with luck, even though his mom or dad don't have any kind of ability. That'd be cool if he actually did have a quirk and it was like luck. Can you imagine? Oh. Shoot, I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. God. I can't wait till we can see him use this kind of power without breaking himself. Because seeing him grow and learn how to control it is great, but I really hope we make it far enough in this show to be able to see him utilize this. Like, like these kind of punches, but just with his full, like, being fine with it, you know? I think I was saying something before I sneezed, but I already forgot. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. The animation on his eyes, they were a lot brighter, and the only time I, like, whenever, like, someone was in danger and a fight was going on, you know? And the only other time I noticed that was when they made it very apparent in season 3. Um, but I just noticed it here in this episode, too. I'm gonna try to, like, keep an eye on that, I think. Interesting. How does All Might land? Is he just that strong that he can take the impact of landing? Sorry, I think I'm talking loud again, maybe. Or maybe it was just that one thing. I love that visual too, of the glass breaking, because his power was, like, just about to overflow. God, that arm. Oh, so brutal. It's just flapping in the wind. It's like so hard to see even at this point. Even like having seen it already and a few other times in reactions and stuff that I watched. Never makes it easier to see. Bitch slap. Oh, I fucking love that part. Two great people here. Uraraka, or Midoriya saved Uraraka, and Uraraka saved Midoriya. Yeah, she's fine. She just used her power a little too much. Rip. Yeah. I wonder, like, what would have happened the rest of the minute if this didn't happen? Like, even in the save her, would he have found some, or were they all, like, almost gone? Was this, like, his only chance, or did he stand a chance? The other thing is, I wonder if it was just, like, an oversight with like they did it in this episode but then decided to change it because they thought her power would be too OP in the future. Is the nurse lady that comes in and heals him. She like heals him up perfectly, like two broken legs and a broken arm. And like some of the future times where he just breaks a limb, you still see him like damaged, a bit. Like they say his stamina isn't enough. Is it because from this moment on, like what I'm wondering is does he use a ton of stamina here that he's like built up from like not breaking anything? And then from here on out, he can never fully recover this much stamina again because he breaks himself so much and so often. Or is it just the fact that they decided that she'd be too OP if she can 100% heal all his injuries like that? Or were the future ones just way too severe? I swear there were times where he just did like a normal punch that broke it. Like, I know he had some really bad injuries, but like there was even a time I'm pretty sure he broke his two fingers in season 2 at that part in the tournament, and he still had bandages on them. Old lady. Yeah, just heals him up perfectly like this. I think anyway, right? He doesn't even have any bandages after this, right? Or does he? Although time does pass, they do a time skip, don't they? So maybe that's why. Yeah, because it's 1 week later now. We never saw him in that in between. So actually, maybe he did get like all bandaged up after. Why are you smiling at the fish, boy? That face. I'm surprised that he just barely passed. Like, it's an interesting, like, just barely passed the written because that's like kind of a trope a lot of times with characters that don't have power are really smart to compensate, but He's just like average with like the written exam type thing. Like he's very smart when it comes to like superhero strategy and stuff, but you told Kachan. I was so pissed when he first did that. Yeah, just keep on believing in yourself, buddy. Keep on working at it. I freaking love his mom. She's just pacing. Such a good mom. I got so nervous when he opened the letter this way too. It's like, dude, you're gonna rip the letter, but then it ended up being like a projection device. I guess there's a letter and he didn't end up ripping it. The newest UA staff member. Okay. That's if that was all there was. Oh my, why do you give him that pause to be miserable? Like this pause. All Might's just sitting there like, ha ha ha! He's probably miserable, but now I'll make him happy. Yep. Hmm. I just got super distracted because I have audio bars showing my mic and my desktop audio, which the desktop audio is muted, so you can't hear the episode. But I keep seeing a little green bar go up a little bit, like it's receiving some kind of sound, but it shouldn't be. Hmm. Is that you, NSA? Just kidding. I love this part though. It's just such a good feeling. These kids are just so precious. I love that stuff so much. Spurring others into actions. I think that was my favorite thing about watching through Naruto was seeing how Naruto evolved as a character, but also what he did to everybody around him as he went through his journey. It's such a good, like, wholesome feeling. Yo, exactly. Rescue points. He's so shocked. That was nice of him to tell him that Uraraka passed, too. This is your Hero Academia. The dream high school life. And that's it. Do 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 do. Yeah, sorry if I got cut off at all during that. I get so distracted by trying to read the subtitles and talk sometimes that I end up forgetting what I was saying. I think a lot of the important stuff I wanted to talk about I got out there. About the whole nurse thing, I'm pretty sure I got everything out there. About the eyes glowing, I think I paused for a second but then got back into it. The luck thing I might have cut off a little bit, but the main thing I wanted to say about that was I think my favorite one of my favorite powers is luck. If you ever one of the things, like, if you ever watched or I guess was it mostly in the games? It might have mostly been in the games, but for Danganronpa, I might have said that wrong, but that show and game mix, they had luck as one of like the things one of the people is good at in each one, I believe. And oh right, there's after credits. Did I see these? I actually might have missed this one. Oh, the mama. Alright. Stopping it at that preview there. So that's the end of that video. Real quick, I want to finish what I was saying, and then I'm probably going to end it there. Since I don't do like a whole lot of discussion for these, since I kind of discussed during the episode. But what I was trying to say is Danganronpa had some characters that have the ability of luck, or I don't know, like, if it would really be considered ability, but, I'm a big fan of that kind of thing. And also, if you guys see Deadpool 2, there's a character like that. I'm not going to say too much about that, because I don't want to, like, spoil it for anybody, but, just characters that just have, like, I really like the way they portrayed it in Deadpool 2. Like, that's the kind of thing that I could watch so much on that. That just having the ability of luck. And if they do something with that in the future with this character, because I have never considered that until just now, thinking about how lucky he's always been. And I started thinking that a little bit with, like, I think it clicked earlier because I was doing my fairy tale reaction, and I was trying to think of, or I thought up a big theory for my fairy tale reaction, which might explain the plot armor that show has. I'm not going to go in depth into that. If you want to hear it, it's going to be in episode 287, I think, of my fairy tale reaction. The next one that I do is I'm gonna do a big thing about my theory at the beginning, if any of you guys are interested in that stuff. But I have a pretty big theory for that, and it got me thinking about, like, the different plot armors and kind of stuff that happens in some of these shows, like, what kind of, like, things you could get for that. And I was thinking, like, Midoriya's luck, like, sure, he has some misfortune, but in a way you could count that as forms of luck. Like, you would think if someone's, like, just lucky, they wouldn't have things happen to them, like villains attacking. But, at the same time, he always makes it out, and he's always fine, you know? Like, think of all the times that the villains attacked, and you could just think of it as main character plot armor, that's fine too, and it probably is that. I doubt they're ever gonna do anything with, like, luck as somehow being a quirk that was passed down to him. But I don't know. I just thought that'd be something that'd be really cool. But anyway, that's enough about that. I think that's pretty much all I have to talk about for this episode. Um, and so we're going to be getting into the. I'm actually going to be recording the next one right after this. I'm just doing like a quick like 2 episode binge, getting some of them recorded out here. Um, but if you guys enjoyed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you check out my other reactions too. If you just came here for My Hero and you're thinking my rewatch series is a little weird, just keep in mind that my main focus on my channel is the reactions. The rewatch is just a means to make the reactions make more sense, because I'm doing I'm gonna be starting my reaction to My Hero once I catch up with the rewatch series at season 3, episode 20 into season 3, or whenever they had a filler episode where they advertised the movie. And that's the last episode I watched. So whatever episode that was in season 3, I'm going to be starting at the one right after it. And it'd be kind of weird if I just started reactions jumping right in. So that's why I'm doing these rewatch series. Kind of the same thing for Attack on Titan, which is a future one I want to do. That one's a lot different. I remember a lot that happens in My Hero because of all the reactions I watch. But I don't really watch reactions of Attack on Titan because I haven't seen the newer stuff. So I've only seen season 1 and season 2, and that was when they aired, season 1 a long time ago, and then season 2, whenever that aired, it was a decent chunk of time ago. And I'll be rewatching those, and that one will be a lot different because that will be me being oh yeah, I forgot this happened. I'm gonna be a lot more into it because a lot of the stuff that happens in there I forget. I don't have a good memory when it comes to anime. I tend to forget within a year or two. I won't remember most of the plot that happens, so it'll dawn on me as I see it in the episodes. But yeah, so that's the whole rewatch series thing. Make sure you check out my actual reactions. I have a small handful of shows at the moment. I'm looking forward to getting more up. I want to build up my library of reactions for you guys. As time passes, that's bound to happen. But yeah, so if you're enjoying things, hit the subscribe button. If you want to support me on Patreon, that's much appreciated. And yeah, so I will see you guys later. Hope you guys have a great day, great week, and I guess I will see you guys whenever you guys watch the next one. I'll be pumping these out 4 a week, by the way, on Wednesdays, so that's my goal. The first week I did 2, but I'm hoping to get 4 out a week, and then that way within a few months I can be caught up-ish. If I have extra time I might do more too, but we'll see. Alright guys, see you later.